Hey, you. Guess what? Guess what time it finally is? Okay, hold on, wait. Did you guess? I don't know if you guessed or not, but it's my first ever shell challenge! This is a big deal. This is a huge deal because not only is it my first ever shell challenge, but I hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. What? That doesn't just happen, does it? I don't think it just happens. It didn't to me. I worked very hard for those first 1,000 subscribers. There was a lot of tears, a lot of sweat, blood. No, I'm just kidding. There's no blood. I don't know why there would be. But seriously, you guys, I am so freaking excited. And you guys were the ones that were able to make this possible. I told you all that I would not do a shell challenge until I hit 1,000 subscribers, 1,000 followers on Twitter, and 1,000 followers on Instagram. So I've hit over 1,000 on YouTube, and I've hit over 1,000, way over 1,000 on Twitter. Thank you so much for that. And Instagram, hold on, I haven't checked it since this morning. Okay, we're 3 followers away from 1,000 on Instagram. I'm gonna call that okay. Go follow me on Instagram. What are you doing? Go follow me. Follow me everywhere, please. Anyways, you guys, okay, I'm so super excited. I'm stoked. Everyone in the house probably thinks I'm insane because they don't understand what's going on right now. Well, they understand to a certain extent, but not to our extent. Okay, take deep breaths. This is a big deal. Just stop talking. Don't stop talking. Talk about the right things. Let's go over this shell, right? You can find this shell under Miss Unfortunate. Now, do note that there is a 0 in Unfortunate. Unfortunately, someone else has my actual name. Hopefully, I can get that one of these days. You'll notice it's on a 40 by 30 lot. That's just because that's what I chose to build it on. You can put it on whatever lot you want, and you want to use hashtag MU for Miss Unfortunate Shell Challenge. And the due date is April 2nd, 2021. That is like 2 fortnights, 3 fortnights, no, 2 fortnights. And for you peasants that don't understand what a fortnight is, that is over a month. That is a very long, good amount of time. So there's a few things that I want to mention. Obviously, I told you there is pretty much no rules except for the fact, don't touch my walls. Don't touch them. Don't even. Okay? Don't do it. And don't ask me if you can, because you can't. Now, the interior walls you can. Obviously, I just left the walls that I had when I built the actual structure. So this is cool. This is totally allowed. You could totally come in here. You can delete walls on the interior, not the exterior. That's fine. You cannot replace the exterior with anything. You can't do like fences. You can't do half walls. You can use half walls like outside if you want to do like a porch or, fences or whatnot. Just literally, okay, so just think to yourself, if you're confused on a rule or something, ask yourself, are you changing my exterior walls? Because if you are, then you probably can't do it. If you're not, then you're probably fine. You can use custom content, but know that when I load this from the gallery to do a tour, your CC is not going to be there. I don't use CC. Just don't use CC because I don't use CC. I use all in-game items, so I won't see it. You can use all the packs. I have all the packs, so you have no pack restrictions. So be more than happy to do it. I have seen amazing base game builds, so if you only have base game, please don't let this scare you. You would be amazed at what you can create with base game. So the few things that might kind of like, I don't know, confuse you guys or might be a little tricky is, first off, we have this hanging over right here. So you're gonna have to figure out what you want to do here. You can easily just put like a porch underneath it with, fencing, or you can do what I did and I just kind of pulled the landscaping up and around. So it just kind of looks like it was built into the earth. The next part that's gonna be a little bit difficult is probably this bridge looking thing. You guys can do whatever you want with it. Once again, you can fill it up with terrain. I made it into a kitchen and left it as a bridge in my build. I'll show you guys that in just a second. I don't care what type of lot it is. I don't care how big the lot is. I don't care what you do to it. You can use any mods. You can use your CC if you want to. Just know it won't load in when I do the tour. Tool mod is fine. Red shelf is fine. All of it's fine. The only thing I ask is don't touch the exterior walls. So now I'm going to go ahead and show you guys kind of what I did. So one thing I totally forgot to mention is there are prizes. Yes, there are prizes. I've not decided exactly how I'm going to do the prizing system, but I do know that I will probably have a few winners. The first place winner will be able to choose any pack of their choice, and I'm thinking second and third place can choose a stuff pack, or you can just choose to save that credit for when another pack comes out that you really want. I have no problem with that, as long as you stay in touch with me. I don't do well with staying in touch with you, so you stay stay in touch with me if that's the case. And I am thinking that I will have some guest judges. One will know exactly how Sims works, and the other one will have not a clue. They will purely be judging on aesthetic and the way it looks and all that kind of stuff. So I'm thinking I might, if she agrees to it, I'm thinking I'll have my sister and my brother help me out and choose those winners, because it's so hard just to, you know, choose them yourself. It's always good to have a majority vote, I feel like. But please don't let that scare you. Please still do my shell challenge. It would make me so happy if you did my shell challenge. The reason why I say that is because I know a lot of people can get anxiety, or they don't like the idea of being judged, but it's not for a bad thing. It's just so I can pick a winner, so someone can walk away with a prize for all their hard work. And also, I just can't, I don't know, I just can't choose someone by myself, so that's why I'm gonna have guest judges. Plus, I think it might be fun for them and fun for you guys. I really, really, really want you guys to go all out with this, because I, for one, absolutely love shell challenges. I haven't done one in a hot second, but it is one of my favorite types of builds, because you got to take this shell and turn it into something that, I don't know, that it might have never, someone might have never thought of it being. Anyways, you guys know that I had to do my own entry. So this is my entry. You can see the way that I created the shell, and then you'll see what I turned it into. This was a really difficult shell because I created the shell first, and then I thought about what I would do with it after. I knew I wanted to do something medieval based or fantasy based, simply because that's just kind of, I don't know if I'm known for that, but it is something that is a bit more popular on my channel. Don't get me wrong, I love doing modern, I love doing all types of builds, but this one specifically is going to go ahead and be, I don't know if I call it a medieval, it's almost like a medieval Tudor, but there's computers and everything in here, so I don't think it's like actually medieval. I think it's someone who's obsessed with that aesthetic and decided to build their house to look as such. I am not going to win a prize. Don't worry. When I said I did my own entry, I did not mean that I'm going to put this up and judge myself and see if I can win. This is just so you guys can have an example of what this shell can turn into. And I guess this is a normal way of doing it. I don't know. I did a lot of research trying to decide how to present the shell to you guys the best I could, and all the shell challenges that I watched, they ended up doing their own shell towards the end of the video, so I decided to do the same thing. I don't know. You guys tell me if you like the way this turned out, and if you are excited to try this shell out yourself. I'm so beside myself because I have 1,000 subscribers, and I don't know. What? 1,000 people subscribe to me, and I don't even know who half of them are, but I love you all so very much, and I hope you guys will definitely take part in the shell challenge. It'd make me feel very special. Not only that, but there's prizes obviously involved. I did not go all out with this build though. It may look like I did, but everything I did is honestly not that hard to do. I promise you. What I'm doing with the terrain, it really is just meticulous more than hard. So you can use debug items. Please don't forget that those items exist. You can do whatever you want. I usually build on 64 by 64s, but I decided to keep it on a smaller lot just to show you guys that you don't really need to go huge with this if you don't want to. I also, which I totally forgot to mention, is I turned this into a shop/house. So the bottom floor is a little bit of a garage with, you know, some knickknacks in it. And then the larger structure I turn into a flower shop. So I assume that maybe really cute grandparents live here, but there's also 2 bedrooms upstairs, one for a painter and the other one is obviously a kid's room. So I'm thinking maybe the kiddos either have a summer room here, you know, they go visit their grandparents for the summer and they get to stay in their rooms up there, or maybe something unfortunate happened to their parents and now grandma and grandpa are taking care of them. So that was my inspiration, is, you know, some elderly grandparents live here and they run their own flower shop, and then they just have this beautiful house with them and their family. You can obviously create whatever storyline you want. I love storylines, by the way, but you do not have to create one. Obviously that was just a very small short storyline. I find that helpful because it gives me inspiration on how to decorate and how to go about creating something. Going into a build blind, not even knowing who the build is for, I think is not helpful at all, for me anyway. So I always like to think about who lives here, what are they doing, you know, what are their hobbies and all that kind of stuff. So my favorite part of the build, I would have to say, is the landscaping, which is funny because the landscaping just went by so fast. To me, it felt very simple, very fast, and I just love doing layered landscaping, as you guys have probably noticed, and I just absolutely love shoving flowers into almost every single build that I do. I think honestly this might be my my dream home. It is such a weird shape. I love it so much. When I was building this, I envisioned like a modern build very easily. The only thing that's going to be tricky for someone that wants to turn this into a modern build is going to be the chimney on the far right, because that is a wall you can't delete. You can obviously delete the half walls that I have up there, which I don't even know why I said that. That's not in the actual shell. And then the octagon shape on the very, very top floor, which I turned into a tower, just like a pretty tower. And it's a faux tower. Nothing's in there. I totally forgot about it actually when I was furnishing. So I don't mind if you guys don't furnish like a certain part of the build, but I'd really like to see like everything you can do with it. And like I said, there's prizes. So, you know, try your heart out, try your best. First place winner is going to get any pack of their choice, and then second and third will get a stuff pack of their choice. And I don't mind if you guys want to hold on to it like credit, or if you just want to pass it on to someone else in the competition that you think did really well. That's absolutely fine. But I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. I'm recording this literally moments before I'm uploading it, which is pretty bad. I'm not usually that much of a last minute person, but last night I've been really getting into this game called Valheim, which I'm sure you guys have heard of it. I love you guys so much, and I hope you guys will participate in the shell challenge. Once again, hashtag MU shell challenge. You can find it on my gallery, Miss Unfortunate with a 0. Due date April 2nd, 2021, which is this year, obviously. And yeah, consider following me on Twitter and Instagram. I'm on all the social medias, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, or if you're going to partake in the shell challenge. I'd really appreciate that. And I really hope we can reach our next goal. If we reach our next goal, I don't even know. I'm gonna lose it. I love you guys. Bye.